Hey, welcome to RestoCycle. We got a little MiniTech for you. Just a quick and dirty on how to use a blind bearing remover. We're working on a Honda CBX alternator, and there's a little bearing in the cap, and that's what's called a blind bearing because it sits in a recess and you can't get behind it to extract it. So there's a couple of ways that these are typically done. These are typically extracted. A lot of times guys will just take a MAP gas torch, and that particular one, just on this cover, and just heat this area around here with the torch, and then this thing can be inverted and just gone onto a padded surface like this. Bam! And I'll tell you, 3 times out of 4 it'll come out on the first or second bonk if you get it nice and hot. Like 30 seconds with the MAP gas torch will generally do it. But for purposes of our demo, I'm just going to show you how the blind bearing remover works on this part, because it's a pretty good one to try it on. So this is the MotionPro blind bearing remover kit. Beware, I cheaped out on trying to replace a couple of collets, and I just said, oh, I'm just going to buy this entire Tusk blind bearing remover kit. It looks like the same part. Not so. When I bought the Tusk kit, for which cost the price of 2 collets in this kit, on this part right here, you see that there are little flared ends at the very end of the collet, and the material, so you can get this thing to focus, you'll see a little bit better. You can see those are flared, and the way these work is that this part here screws in, and that's called a split collet, and it expands that split collet so that that flared end will get a grip on the inner race of the bearing. So if the material is inferior, or it's not machined properly, or both, then it won't grip, and then your blind bearing remover kit is a sea anchor, and that's pretty much what ours was. We packed it right back up, sent it right back to Amazon, and they were as good as they usually are, and took it right back. So we're going to show you how this works. So what happens is you make sure that that's screwed out. Do this successfully with one hand. I think I'm okay. And then it's inserted in, and it can be inserted because, of course, that pin that's within is not pushing the split collet out. So it's hard to do with one hand. Okay, so as I push it in, you're going to hear it go snap when it gets to the depth past the inner race. Again, there we go. So I'm going to pull it back just so it's catching it, and then this is screwed in. Now, if you have a big sturdy bearing inside of a rear wheel hub with a whole lot of metal around it, you're going to want to take a couple of wrenches and tighten this collet up. For the purposes of this little bearing that I cheated and took the fight out of before I started videoing, that's going to be enough grip right there. Just going to screw that in there, good to go. This is a slide hammer, sized specifically for this. My auxiliary cameraman is going to come over here and help me take a picture of this while this is happening. Slide hammer just gets inserted. Just obscuring what I'm doing here. Go ahead and let it get a good grip so you get most of the threads. Okay, I'm just going to use both hands while I can. Get a good grip. Again, if it's a sturdy part, I got 2 other guys or 1 other guy holding the part still while I'm wanging on the slide hammer. So back up a little bit, Joe, and we'll show them just this thing in operation. So I can use it like this off the bench with 2 hands in this case. So just go tap, tap, tap. Presto. Okay, that's how it works, and you can see what's happening there. The split end of the collet has gone and gripped the inner race of the bearing. All right, that's it. That's your MiniTech for today.